Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. I'm recording this 3/9, which is the day prior, right after market close. So that's when I'm recording this. So all my recordings are the day before for oil. Just wanted to let you know that. We're going to do our daily technical analysis update of oil and natural gas. I've got oil behind me. We're going to go through it, give you my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. Here we go, guys. We're going to start this off. I'll give you my opinion. And what is this? Is this like a kick to the groin here? Down 10.8%. Now, what's this line doing here? So I said, this is what I said yesterday. I said, we've got a couple of lines here. We're gonna zoom out. Here we go. We're gonna zoom out. Get this all configured here. We got a lot of lines here, right? We've got this trend line, this pattern that we broke to the upside. We zoom in a little bit. We've got this line here. We've got a little bit of support, resistance support. We broke out of it, and the seller's like, no. We got to come back to support. So what we did is we basically sold off back right to the support line. I drew that line yesterday. There's your support line. Now, if the market believed that this was a huge sell-off and reversal pattern, you would see the confirmation in the mining or in the oil producing and energy service companies. You would see them get slaughtered if this was a topping pattern. I don't think it's a topping pattern. I don't know for sure, but by looking at the exploration and energy service companies, I don't think that they believe that this is going to be a topping pattern. We're going to pull back. I think people are going to get scared out, and then other individuals bought it back up in the oil exploration and energy service companies. They were positioning. They wanted you to be scared to sell them your shares. We've got a barrel pattern before this. What's a barrel pattern? A barrel pattern is this pattern here. It's an expanding megaphone pattern that we've broken to the upside. The barrel pattern is this. You get this expanding wedge, and then you get a big break, you get one pause, and then you go off again. So I think what's happening here is that we've got this barrel pattern, and we're on our way higher. I don't think we're going to get the pullback. That's just me. I don't know for sure. I'm never going to make claims that I know for sure. But it still looks like the exploration companies doesn't believe this move. Natural gas is holding strong. I put this little pattern in here of tying in the tops, tying in the bottoms, and we're still squeezing up in this pattern. We could see a squeezy to a breakout. XOP, if we had such a bad day today, how the heck did we have barely a down day? Barely a down day. We opened in the middle of the day here. It traded down, came back up, and closed with the momentum heading higher. I think this isn't done yet, guys. I think we still look pretty good. SM Energy, same exact thing. We came into the support line and finished up. Momentum going up, not an up day, but momentum going up. CDEV, same thing. I purchased a little bit of CDEV in the donations portfolio. I don't believe that we are going weaker. I think we're going to go higher. We've broken the pattern to the upside. We're doing our return move. We had a massive down day, and the sellers didn't show up. The buyers showed up. The buyers bought this back up. CWEGF, a little bit more of a selling day in that one. Finished lower. It's a red day, so that one's got a little more momentum to the downside. Callon Petroleum has the momentum barely coming up. It's right at the support resistance line. Athabasca Oil above support. Buyers came in and bought up a little bit throughout that day. It is a down day, so it opened and closed down, but it gapped down here, came down and came up and finished. So that doesn't look horrible to me. Recaf just moving sideways, still looks good. Perhaps we get some buying pressure to move this on up. Got a nice little wick at the bottom there. There's some buyers down in this section down there. CPG, another one that has a small down day. Yeah, 3.72%, basically held flat throughout the day. But we're still above this support line. Still looks good. I bought some Northern Oil and Gas in the portfolio. Why did I do that? This is a return move or a back test. And what I do is I'm like a robot, guys. I don't care. I'm a robot. I'll buy it on the back test because I've learned that this is a high statistical probability to stay above the support and eventually break higher. GTE, this guy's been on a tear. You know, it's been running, so it had a little bit more selling pressure in it. A little more momentum. FOMO guys are a little easier to sell. Tell right at the support line. What would I do here? You know what? I should have bought this in the donations portfolio but I wasn't looking at it. Man, sorry guys, I missed that one. That was my bad. Should have been in the. This should be in the donations portfolio right here, because that's right where I buy. Podevco, a lot of momentum and volatility in this. I'd still be holding on. Momentum's coming back to the upside. Still looks good. Oasis right at support line. I like it right here. Oasis is another one that I think looks good. CRK, wow, ended up with all of that momentum and oil down. Buyers came in, bought it back up. It opened here, closed upward. It looks fantastic for a move higher. SD, this is Sandridge, looking like a move higher. Momentum's going to the upside. I agree with the arrow. REI, down, but the momentum is going up. Still like it. Trillion Energy it trades on its own accord. It's more of a exploration type company. Surge Energy, we got the bullish hammer pattern. I think we're eventually going to work our way higher. Tamarack Valley Energy. Looking at this guy, a little wick at the bottom, a little bit more momentum to the downside, but it's probably going to move wherever oil goes. And then CRGY, Crescent Point, still holding on, a little wick at the bottom. Now, OIH getting a little bit more sell-off. I don't see the sellers just ripping it. If I saw a large candlestick with a big, huge body going down like this, then I would be like, okay, that's got some momentum. What we're seeing is it basically hold flat. The buyers are still there. They're not dumping this stock. TTIs, I mean, yeah, we gapped down here. It was a gap down, but we held our ground. Transocean, momentum's going to the upside. We'll see if we can go up with it. PUMP still looking good. That's why we got the green candlestick. Yeah, it gapped lower, but we still held our ground. The buyers are still there. The sellers didn't just work us into the ground. Exterion, a little bit of selling pressure, nothing too big. Valera still looking good. It's holding its own. MMA offshore up 3%. That looks good. Again, I would be a buyer of MMA offshore. This thing looks fantastic for a move higher. It's in no man's land and value land. TDW, it's holding on. Small little down day. I wouldn't worry about it. Just hold on through it. NEX, we were down, but we had the momentum finish up. Someone's in there buying it. KLXC, another one that gapped lower, but people are buying it up. I would just hold on. Don't be afraid. CHX, another one going higher. I'm drawing the arrow on that. We gapped down. Buyers bought it back up. That looks fantastic for a move higher. WHD, a little bit more selling pressure on this one. We might see a return move, but I wouldn't, count it out. 9 coming and doing the back test. It's very common to break out and do a back test. Now, what do I do on back tests? Everyone knows on the channel, I like to buy on back tests. So right here is probably not that bad for a back test. That's got a lot of volatility in it. If you don't want the volatility, I wouldn't be buying that one. OII is doing the back test thing almost to the T. I would be probably a buyer in this section down there if it wants to hang out there for a little bit and do a cheetah rest before a run. Noble's doing that same thing. We had a breakout, come and doing a little bit of a return move. Pretty normal. Helix Energy Solutions doing that return move, but had an up movement. Still looks good. And then CGGYY, yeah, a little bit of dark cloud cover is what we call it, because it's a dark cloud cover on the closing price of the day before. It's covering it like that. But sometimes you get a little bit of a pullback. This is analogous to a bloody nose, very close to it. Maybe a down day or 2 or 3, and then we break higher. So overall, guys, this looks actually not that bad. We had a massive down day in the oil price. It got hit back to its support level. Then you got all the companies, they got hit originally, but then the buyers came in and bought it back up. So I know the buyers are there. I can see it in the charts. The buyers are there saying, hello, look at me. We got some buyers here. And I'm looking at it going, all right, it's not that bad. If it was bad, the sellers would have driven this down, would have closed strong with a big fat candlestick. It didn't do it. The buyers bought it up. Almost like someone coordinated an attack on pre-market for oil and gold and all these other ones, and then bought the mining shares all up, like they're doing money rotation. I can see it, guys. That's, I can see these big guys doing that. Manipulation of the market. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't really know. Doesn't matter, but I can see it. It works in our favor because a lot of people are going to get scared on that type of stuff. And I think we'll probably eventually work our way higher. That's kind of what I'm thinking. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.